morning, lovely people. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. I'm seriously losing track of time. Right, so we're going to have 2 windows this morning. I saved the 5th. I hope you enjoyed that little jaunt to the garden yesterday for the December tour. I'm so glad I made the most of a couple of dry, bright days. It's so refreshing to be there. And it just always amazes me. It amazes me to see so much green and to see so much life there, even at this time of year. And it's bonkers because I know a lot of folk who live in a much colder climate than me will often say, wow, so much green, so much growing still. I don't take it for granted either. Oh, just noticing there's a hair on my camera. I don't take it for granted either. And just to say as well, I was aware when I was editing that footage that my lens was filthy. Oh my goodness, really dusty. So it's had a clean. So hopefully we're now back in high definition without speckles. I don't know that I want high definition, but you know what I mean. Anyway, yes, so it's another fairly overcast day today. That doesn't matter, does it? Just get on with things indoors. Now, before I open the windows, I've just been down for the post and had this lovely card from my sister, a London boss. But look, it's a pop-up. I love pop-ups. Oh, let me show you from this side. And you can look, even with the little stairs going up to the top deck, and it's filled with dogs and reindeer. Is it dogs and reindeers and Christmas trees? And it's a London bus, so the little character here is in a Bobby's hat, and the little character here is in a bearskin. You know, the guards, the horse guards wear. That's so cute. And that little reindeer clutching on to get on the back of the bus. This kind of bus is called a route master. Oh, look at the number of the bus and its destination. It's number 25, destination December, also known as Christmas. The North Pole Transport. Yeah, it's a route master bus. And these are the buses that we used to have all over London. And there's this open, I don't know if you can see, but this open platform on the back, so you sort of jump on and dive in. Well, I don't know, health and safety, they decided that that was too dangerous to have an open platform at the back. So they're now all closed in with doors, so you have to wait for the bus to stop to get on. But I do remember when we're going back, oh gosh, 20 odd years, when I used to live in Kensington. It's only about 4 miles from the centre of town, so after a night out, quite often would walk home. I say walk home, stagger home. That was my party days. But if I was too lazy to walk, I would take the number 9 bus. And the number of times I'd be heading to the bus stop and the bus would just be pulling off. So you leg it, and there's a pole, as in what this little character's hanging onto. There's a little pole on the back. So you grab hold of the pole and you just hope that your upper body strength is enough to kind of hoik yourself onto the back platform. Every now and again, the guard, because there were guards in those days, well, the ticket, I've forgotten the word for it. The bus conductor might roll their eyes a little bit at you for trying it on. But yeah, the route masters have gone. We've got a modern route master, like I said, but they've closed the back off, so there's doors, so the bus has to stop. Doors open, you get on, doors closed, bus pulls away, which means if you're here, running, you miss the bus. I loved that. But not only that, my sister finds the best things. That obviously is not going to be hanging on my string of cards. That's going to sit on the mantelpiece, or it might sit on the bureau for now. There was also a little card with it. Isn't that cute? A little old red phone box. Phone boxes have disappeared, haven't they? I suppose because so many people have a mobile phone. I guess people just weren't using the old phone boxes anymore. I hope they don't all disappear, because sometimes, you know, if you're out and about and you've got no charge on your phone, you might need to make a phone call. But also they're so beautifully iconic, aren't they? I know loads of them that have been scrapped, have been converted into all sorts of things. I know there's villages up and down the country, and I love this idea, where they've still got their phone box. The phone box has been decommissioned, the phone has been taken out, but the villagers kept the box, and inside they have, I've seen all sorts, but sharing a book library. So when you finish it, so they've had shelves, loads of shelves put in down the back wall. So you can go in there, leave a book, take a book. I love that idea. I've seen them being used as little miniature food banks. So again, folk can go and leave, you know, tinned goods, whatever in there. And then those who are in need can pop in and grab a bit of food. Brilliant. I saw one that was, it looked really deserted actually, but there must have been a farm next to it, because the farm were using it as a sort of almost like a farm shop with an honesty box. So on the shelves they've got things like boxes and boxes of eggs. Love it. Oh, I am a ridiculously nostalgic old idiot, I tell you that much. I'm not an idiot, but I mean, these things, they get to me. Right, let's open these windows. I forgot to look in advance. We're looking for number 5 and number 6. Ah, got them both. So let's, I'm just going to get my finger underneath. Number 5. What is that? Oh, little robin. Robins are so synonymous with Christmas, aren't they? I'm going to reference QI again. There was a QI episode years and years and years ago, and they said it was about, you know, why do we associate robins with Christmas, the red breast? It's supposed to represent the postman, although these days it's postmen and women, in their red uniforms coming and bringing us our joy in the letterbox at Christmas. But then on an episode years later, they refuted that. They said it wasn't true. I don't know what's true. But anyway, love a robin at Christmas time. And of course my old ward that I worked on was Robin Ward. So we did have a lot of robins that we would put out each year. I've just opened number 6. Honestly, I'm losing track of days and times without you. Sorry about that. But look, here it is. A bit of mistletoe. Has anyone actually ever snogged under the mistletoe? I don't think I ever have. No, I'm pretty sure I haven't. I do remember that thing of, we're going back to when I was like 18 or 19, New Year's Eve. That thing of when the clock strikes midnight, you want your snog. And I've got to say, yeah, I had a few good ones over the years. Only if I was single. I wouldn't randomly snog someone if I was in a relationship. Of course I wouldn't. Right, number 5 on here. Oh, there's number 6. Ah, number 5. It is straddling the Grapes of Wreath. I'm so loving all these book references. I haven't done any reading in the last week or so. Actually, just before I open that, this is my next book. I don't know if I showed you this the other day. This is my next book I'm about to read. Kings of the Yukon, an Alaskan River Journey. Adam Weymouth paddled an 18-foot glass fibre canoe down the Yukon, almost 2,000 miles through Canada and Alaska to the Bering Sea. His account of that journey is so assured, so accomplished, rich in characters and beautifully written. Eloquent and tautly written. Rich and fascinating, poetic, precise. I was hooked. Can't wait. I need to go to bed early tonight so I can start. Where were we? Window number 5. Okay. In 1956, Harper Lee's friends, Harper Lee, To Kill a Mockingbird, or on here, it's been renamed To Fill a Stocking Bird. In 1956, Harper Lee's friends gifted her a year's wages for Christmas, freeing her to give up her airline job and concentrate on writing. The result was, in 1960, her novel To Kill a Mockingbird. That's amazing. 1940. Can you imagine? That shows what an amazing woman she must have been for her friends to do that for her, to gift her a year's salary so that she could, what was she doing? Quit her airline job to focus on writing. I'm lost for words. That is truly astonishing. Wow. Wow. Well, I think we all collectively need to say thank you to Harper Lee's friends, because by their act, by that incredibly generous, kind act, we have had the joy of To Kill a Mockingbird. Wow. That's another book I want to reread. I first read it when I was really, really young. I was probably only 8 or 9, probably too young to read it. I didn't get half of it. For me, unsurprisingly, my attention was grabbed by the kids, Scout and Jem, isn't it? So for me, it was all about the kids and their adventures. Then I reread it in my, late 20s, 30s. And it was almost like reading a whole new book. I need a slug of water. Yeah, it was almost like reading a whole new book, because obviously all of those really difficult themes in it, suddenly I understood. I understood what the book was about. And my goodness, it... well, as it has on, I'm sure, every single one of us, it's had a huge impact on me. But I think it'd be really interesting to reread it now, because, we change as people, don't we? We change over time. Things influence us. Excuse me. Yeah, all sorts of things influence us. I just dribbled, sorry. Yeah, dribble, never mind. We mature, as I know, certainly as I got older, I care less what people think of me. I remember it being in my sort of late teens, early 20s, being crippled with worry about what do people think about me. Oh, I hope I don't want to do that, I don't want to upset. I still have those thoughts if I don't want to upset people, offend people, etc., etc. But I definitely couldn't care less these days what people think of me. I think, as I've got older, I've become less belligerent. I was such a gobby 20-year-old. I mean, I'm still quite gobby sometimes, but so I think it's interesting to revisit books years apart. There was one I revisited last year. It was an Elizabeth Bowen novel. Again, it was one of those things I'd probably read when I was 14 or 15, 17, 18 at most. And then I reread it last year, and again it was like, wow, I missed that. It's interesting, isn't it? Anyway, window number 6, today's window. It's straddling the books. Rebel Without a Clause. Oh, that's great. The Brothers Kringle instead of the Brothers... Is that supposed to be the Brothers Karamazov or the Brothers Grimm? You decide. Brothers Karamazov. I'm a quarter of the way through. Okay, let's have a go. You can see it before me. Washington Irving's 1809 book, A History of New York, makes the first reference to St. Nicholas sliding down chimneys. Would you, Adam and Eve, it? Is that true? I'm going to take it on face value. Wow. So, you know, the history of Christmas and all our traditions, so much of what goes on with the British Christmas has come from the Victorians, and lots of things were influenced by what Queen Victoria and her family got up to, and then of course all of us plebs copied. So this is quite interesting, the fact that this is from the States, because I'm sure there's going to be many more days that I open and I think, oh, I had no idea. I certainly had no idea that Father Christmas came down his first chimney in 1809 in a book called A History of New York. Have you read that one? I haven't. Brilliant, loving it. Right then, what's on the agenda for today? Well, because it is quite a dull day, I don't think I'm going to go to the garden. I don't know, we're having a little tiny bit of drizzle at the moment. I don't think it's going to come to anything, but I definitely think it's another day for hanging around at home, doing things at home. I still have one more load of some of the vintage linens that came from Kate at last at Homely House, but it's all the ones that were really damaged, as in really, really cut into, but some really, really pretty bits on them still. So I've still got that one last load. So I think one of the things I may do, amongst other things today, is get them washed and pressed. Yeah, that'll be an all-day job, because I'll do the same. Oh, I can't decide now. I'll have another look at them to look at the stains on them. Excuse me, wriggling. Because if they're heavily stained, I probably want to soak them overnight. If they're not too bad, I can soak them in the bath now for the sort of 4 or 5 hours. Then give them a wash. That'll take a couple of hours. And then get pressing them, and that will warm the place up. It'll feel really cosy. Actually, in terms of temperature, what's great about my flat is, because it's so little, I can get it warm quite quickly. I can literally put the heating on for half an hour, take the edge off the cold, and that's enough. And then just by being here and being active, my own sort of bit of body heat, it's perfectly snug. Well, you can see I've not got a hoodie on today. I haven't got a cardigan. Yes, it's perfectly cosy. So I think that's what I will do. But of course, whilst it's soaking and whilst it's in the washing machine, I'll be free to do other things. I'm looking behind you around the room. It's my usual chaos of piles of jobs that need attending to. And actually, I'm just looking over in the window. I was going to say it's an evening job, but the light, we get into that at this time of year, don't we? So over in the window, I've got a big tray of calendula seeds that have been drying. They're bone dry. They've been there for days and days and days on end. But what I want to do now is sort the seeds from the chaff. But they look so similar. The main difference is the chaff is a little bit bigger and a little bit paler than the seeds. So I was thinking, oh, I could do that now. And then I thought, oh no, do it as an evening job when you're listening to the radio or a film or something. Don't waste valuable daytime hours doing that. But then it is a bit of a daytime job because of the light. So I think that's something I may do, is pull up my chair to the window where the light is better, stick some music on, stick the radio on, and sort my wheat from my chaff, as it were. No doubt within the next half an hour my plans will change completely. Never mind. Right, well, for today, that's just a quickie. I'm going to leave it there and say cheerio to you all. I will see you again tomorrow for window number 7, 7th of December. It's going quite quickly, isn't it? Is it my imagination, or, you know, because November whizzed by. Oh, just on that note, it's so bizarre. The number of people who, without me prompting them, without me bringing the subject up, who've said that November went really, really, really quickly. It's bizarre. It's like literally everyone I'm bumping into is saying the same thing. I thought it was just me. And I also thought that for a lot of people, it would feel like it was dragging because we were in lockdown. I don't know, but yeah, when I went back to the garden the other day, for the first time in weeks, I saw... I saw 5 different people, and they all said the same thing. Like I said, without me prompting them, they all said, "Wow, where did November go? Can't believe we're in December." And now we're at the end of the first week of December. Someone stop the clocks. Can we just calm time down and go a bit slower so we can do more and have more fun and bake more cakes. I shouldn't have said cakes. Right, that's it. I'm off. I'll see you all here. Same time, same place. Probably not the same time. Probably the same place for window number 7. So until then, please look after yourselves. Have fun whatever you're up to. Embrace the hug. If you can't get out. If you can get out now. Go on, get out there. Suck in that gorgeous light. Top up your light batteries so that when we are having these grey, dark, dank, what do they call it in Scotland? Dreich days, we can use our battery a little bit until the next bright day. Well, that's it. Until then, bye for now.